Hello YouTubers, this is Jacques from the Moving Icon, and I am here today to ask you the question, what type of photographer are you? Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Hey YouTubers, this is a pretty quick video, but it is something that I've been thinking of a lot lately. And it starts off from the premise that most people have to define themselves. Most companies, most entities, any person that wants to offer their services out there have to define themselves. We call this in marketing a mission. Every company has to have a mission, and when you are asked to make your mission of your company or whatever you do, you have to put it in one sentence or less to simplify it as much as possible. And I was thinking a lot of that whole mission statement thing, and then I started thinking of photography. Now, it's sort of the same premise when you look at a cook. You can be a cook and you cook food. Like photography, you're a photographer, you take photos and you capture images for clients or whatever. Cook cooks food for clients. Now, what happens is certain cooks like to make certain foods. They get better at making certain foods. The same thing happens in photography. Certain photographers like certain types of images. They start to take more and more of those type of images. There are many photographies out there. Wedding, portrait, fashion, sports, action, landscape, all those photographies out there. So my question is very, very simple. Do you think a photographer should label themselves as one thing, one type of photographer? If yes, explain to me why. Do you think that we should not do that? If that's the case, please explain to me why. Next question. What type of photographer do you think you are? And explain to me why. And tell me your story, how you got to that point to be that photographer, because that to me is super, super interesting. I'm really interested in this because I went out recently and filmed, I did a bit of street photography, and I found it really tough. It was the first time ever I did street photography, and I found it really, really hard to do. So I sort of steered away from that. But should I be doing that? Should I be forcing myself to learn street photography as well? Even though naturally I go towards fashion photography. So please leave your comments below. I want to hear you guys, what you have to say. Should we specialize or not? If we do. And the other thing is I really want to hear your story, how you became good at the photography you're doing right now. The one you get called for the most, the one where you get a reference and the person says, hey, I heard you're really good at landscape photography. You're really good at sports photography, so I decided to call you. Tell me how you got to that point of expertise. I really want to hear about it. Leave your comments below and I'll share them, and I'd love to have reactions to what I hear from you guys. I think it's really cool. So follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram for my high quality stuff. Check out Behance. If you like this video, click the thumbs up at the bottom. If you want to keep in cahoots with what I do, subscribe. And don't forget, everybody, keep on making something from nothing.